Alright, you maggots, listen up. This video, I've been trying to make it, and always something goes wrong. Alright, to start off with, we'll call this unit right here the selector cam. And it's a cam. And it's the little tiny knob on the outside of the tuning unit for the radio, for Hallicrafters SX42. It's the knob. If you turn it backwards, it'll unscrew itself. All right, let's go one position. All right, we're turning the cam, and notice the brake arms are coming apart. Now, the brake arms came apart, and shoes came down, and they're holding the main tuning. So right now, you can only turn the band spread. All right, now I could turn the band spread. There we go, it's turning. All right, now we go one more position. And now these arms come in, and they're holding the disc, the serrated disc for the band spread. So now the main tuning will move, and that's all this mechanism does. In one position, it allows the band spread to move, and in the other position, it lets the main tuning move. But to explain it, it's very tricky. Now, this selector cam, in order to remove this, first you got to take the spring off. It's a little tiny C-clip out on the tuning shaft. You take that off, and this will come out if you have to take it out. Then there's one more C-clip out on the main tuning shaft, and then this unit will come out. But I don't think you have to go that far. You're going to have to scrape away the old grease. You're going to have to put some lubrication in it. You're going to have to take these arms off. There's one on each side. Over here, over here. 4 bolts. They're inside here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then these will come off along with the spring. Don't lose the spring. And there's going to be rust that's formed right around here, because you got like copper shoes. I think this is aluminum, these pins. Well, anyway, through galvanic action, my father used to love the word, that galvanic action, 2 dissimilar metals, or even 3 metals in this case, when this unit's around moisture, a heavy coating of rust appears. Now you can see a little discoloration here, because I wire wheeled it with a little miniature wire wheel from a Dremel. Alright, so we know that by turning this selector cam, either this disc that's serrated or this disc gets held by a braking system. Alright, now we go in this position, we're coming out, the brakes come up and hit the serrated disc. And that's now the main tuning can't move. One more position and it goes back to where the main tuning can move, but the band spread is in brake position. Now, there is a slip clutch. This collet has a wavy washer underneath it. There's no lubrication. You press that down and you tighten it up. And this uses regular Allen keys on this assembly. Remember, I told you the radio uses bristles, but in this case, this section uses Allen keys. I hate this radio. I hate this radio. Did I mention I hate this radio? Now, down below in here, there's a split gear. And I tried preloading it one tooth in either direction. It won't work. So, it's got a real strong spring on it. I just assume that whatever position it normally wants to stay at, you slide this mechanism together. And I showed you that C-clip on the last video, that if the mechanism gets whacked on the end, it will move that C-clip up onto the shaft, out of the channel that it sits in. There's a lot involved in this. All right, now I covered the split gear down in there. All right, let's put that out of the way. Now there's these shoes. Now the other guy said use a piece of vinyl. Well, I ended up using, I took these units off, these 2 brake arms, took them off, cleaned them up, and then I put contact cement on the shoes themselves, and then I made new shoes for them out of inner tube for a bicycle. And put a coat of contact cement on the shoes themselves, and then on the rubber, and you wait 15 minutes and press it together. Trim it up. Put these two back on. You should be able to scrape the grease away and redo this thing. It is possible. You might have to take it apart as much as I did, but I just wanted to tell you that no lubrication goes under this collet. There's a little washer in there. It's a copper washer. It's got a waviness in it, and that's to create a little bit of tension. And the reason there's a slip clutch there is if you were to start turning the band spread knob all the way to the end and keep going, this starts to slip. It's a slip clutch. They use them in cassette recorders. If you work on this radio, you should have brought something to the table. Now, most of the other gears and the the dial cord, all that, I won't say it's standard stuff. There's split gears. I covered it in the last video. I don't know how many teeth. You rotate the split gear. It could be 1 to 3 teeth. And the split gear I told you about down there, I don't know. I just put it on to put it on. And the split gear and this gear right here will not line up correctly if that C-clip has been bodged or hit. So you have to make sure the C-clip is back in its channel before this gear and this gear will line up. I think I covered everything pretty good. Go watch my video, watch the other guy's video, and in the case of anywhere a shaft goes through one of these bronze bush bearings, or they could be copper, put 2 drops of oil with a precision oil or whatever you got. If you're working on this thing, you should have brought something to the table. I will say it's the hardest radio to work on. You know, a lot of people go, oh, this one, it's up there. It's really bad. It's a pain in the ass. You know, in my case, this right in here and over there was totally rusted. These arms didn't move. And I thought I was going to get away with a lot. And all of a sudden I'm like, this doesn't move. That doesn't work. How am I going to get those shoes, the 2 rubber inner tube shoes on there? So I said, take it apart. So there's 4 total bolts, and they're hiding up in here. And these arms will come off. That's the first thing you got to do. Then check out everything. Once you get these arms off, then you should be able to see a little bit more. But in either position, right now it's preventing the main tuning from turning. These shoes should be holding this unit here. This what I call it. It's actually a collet with a washer on it, a serrated washer. It should grip this. In the other position, it should grip this one and let that one go. And that's so you don't have 2 knobs on the radio. You only have 1 knob. I don't know why they did it that way, but it's a dandy radio. In other words, it's for people that like to talk about how good it looks and how it operates. But as far as circuitry, it's okay. And I think that's it. All right, that's finally it.